I know I've been kind of hard on Lehman, but at the end of the day, you have to remember, I've done my homework on this. Merrill Lynch was actually in worse shape than Lehman last September.
Right.
AIG was in worse shape, and our government, Hank Paulson, and I've talked to people that know this, they took the head of Lehman Brothers, they put it underwater, and they watched for the bubbles.
Yeah.
I mean, Lehman was just singled out.
Why do you think they picked one? Did they have to take one?
Well, I think that, picture in your mind a 400-pound heart attack victim is on the operating table.
Right.
And all of a sudden you hear that awful sound, the flatline sound that we've all heard on, television, movies. And when you have banks that were a banking system like ours last September, you had Wachovia, IndyMac, Washington Mutual, Merrill Lynch, Lehman, AIG, everybody's in trouble, right?
Right.
And you really needed those, what does the doctor take, the defibrillators?
Defibs, yeah.
He puts them on the chest and gives the guy the ba-boom. They needed that ba-boom, and that ba-boom was the TARP, the Troubled Asset Relief Program. So by letting Lehman fail, it almost guarantees they can get the TARP through Congress. If they don't let Lehman fail, I don't see how the TARP goes through Congress. I just don't. Maybe if they saved Lehman, we would have a controlled unwind. The nastiness that we experienced in October and November was because so many hedge funds were getting taken out by Lehman. Yeah. Every time Lehman was taking, Lehman had $700 billion worth of municipal bonds, stocks, commercial real estate, residential real estate, CDS. So they're just unloading it all, and they're just creating. Lehman's failure made the bailouts of AIG and Merrill Lynch at least $160 billion more expensive.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't make any of those. They're all failed entities in their own right, but are they just being swept under a little corner carpet right now that they're still gonna, when that carpet's moved, it's still there. Right? I mean, this stuff's not going away.
Oh yeah. But at the end of the day, they had. I think they singled out Lehman to,
Lee Majors,
they need the TARP pass. They also Paulson despised Fold. I mean, the fact that Fold kicked his two best risk managers in the entire firm out of the building practically in 2007. I think Paulson lost a lot of respect for that. So there's a lot of things. And plus, the big thing, this is kind of complicated, but even after Bear Stearns had failed and Lehman had access to the primary dealer credit facility, this facility that for the first time investment banks, in the spring of 2008, for the first time investment banks had access to the primary dealer credit facility, which is taxpayer dollars. Right. And after Lehman had access to these dollars into this window, they were still investing in hedge funds in the spring of 2000. So that's leverage on leverage. So if you're leveraged 20, 30, 40 times, and you take, say, $1 billion and you put it into D.E. Shaw and GLG that are levered 10 times, right? Right. Then that's basically the massive double down, right? Yeah. So that's leverage on leverage.
They took that 100 to 4,400 and give me another 4,400 on top of it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shit! I got a 3-4. I'm screwed.
Yeah, I think Paulson was very, very annoyed that. Right. I think Paulson, because Paulson saved Bear, right? Right. So he's hoping that everybody does the right thing and everybody acts like they all could have gone down together. But instead, a lot of people drag their feet, like Richard Fold. And I can tell you one thing, Matt, and I just wrote this in Business Week this week. There's a piece up there right now on Business Week that I wrote. But let me tell you, we'll end it with this. If Richard Fold, if they had let Bear Stearns go, all right, how quickly would Richard Fold how quickly would he try to sell Lehman to the Koreans? Right. It would probably in 8-9 seconds.
Oh.
Right, he would have sold.
Take whatever he can. Yeah.
Yeah, if they let Bear fail.
Right.
Because they didn't let Bear fail, it gave Richard Fold and a lot of other executives a false sense of security. Gumption, exactly. And that, at the end of the day, is what annoyed Paulson to no end.
Right. Instead of taking the soft bailout, get what you get, and don't throw a fit, as I say to my kids. But instead of doing that, he tried to be the captain standing in a ship that had no chance of sailing ever again.
Yeah.
But now, again, you lie in the bed that you make, and it's